What's up, guys? Just wanted to do a video and show you guys what I have done to the dozer today. Obviously I can't show you 100% everything, but I can show you the basics of what I did. I welded that crack up. You can't really see it. I don't have a light around. Anyways, I found the adjuster for this. It's right underneath this cap right here. The bolts were stripped out. I had to tap them. So that's where the tensioner is. I did that. I put a new hose on here, and I wrapped both of them with that anti-rub. Right. I also put a little strap on that. Underneath, I put, while I had the skid pan off, I put a rub hose where it was rubbing. Oh shoot, I forgot to weld that. Dang it. That'll be another day. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I put a rub hose on that. I greased all of those. It was missing some pins, like the keepers. I put those in. We took and drained the sight glass. We also fixed the sight glass. You can actually see it now. There's a little spring right there. That spring comes off. This comes out. The glass comes out, and there's a rubber around it. Put some toothpaste on there and rubbed it, and whatever gunk was on there, it came off. And then we put it back together. What else did I do? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I greased all of everything. I put a new zerk on that one right there. That one was broken off, so I put one on. I greased everything pretty much. You guys are gonna see. Yeah! Now it's time to bid some work. You got that right. Okay. That's the first time you guys have seen this move hydraulically. Let's see. I'm gonna take these boards, and I don't want to ruin my driveway, guys. Like, more than I already have, which is pretty bad. So I'll put these 2x6s down. What in the world? Stupid rocks. Anyways, oh yeah, to get at the pad, to get at the weld, I took this pad off. That was a pain. We'll roll back some, and then we'll grab one of those boards to put it over here. Sorry about that. Okay, let's track forward or track backwards with this. Oh yeah, I finished the battery switch too. Let me show you that. That is super cool. So there's the battery switch. Pretty neat. Okay, so let the idle down. Put it in reverse. Slowly come off. We are rolling. We are rolling. Okay, let's put that in neutral. I'll grab some more boards. Yeah, look at the boards. Imagine that's what it would have did to my driveway. Uh-oh. on that. Alright, let's get those all lined up. That one. Oh, rats. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Put that right there. That's one of the biggest pains. I bet plywood would be just fine. Plywood. But I don't really have the time to put some plywood down. I don't know if I even have any plywood at hand. Okay. Tires? What are cat tires? I don't even know what those are. Okay. Let's make sure. Okay, let me just put something right there and then we'll call it good. Let's just grab this little piece. Ugh. Oh, car tires. Like driving over the car tires? That's weird. I've never even heard of that. Guess I could. Just drive up onto car tires. Anyways, guys, what do you think of that? And then these are the controls for steering. We can put it in the second gear. It goes quite a bit faster. Get off and give you guys a quick little walk around. Yeah, buddy. Man, this thing is just so cool. I would like to put some lights on this thing. Not would, I'm going to. Some LED lights. I'm not sure where I want to put them yet because guaranteed I'm going to be doing some work at night or in dark, you know, so guaranteed I'm gonna put some lights on. I'm thinking of buying some more of those round ones like I have for my dump truck because those are so bright. Maybe putting them inside of these limb lifters, both of them. That'd be kind of cool, wicked looking, you know. And then I would probably mount it somehow. Well, I might mount it to this, the inside of this. Or this, I'm not sure what. What do you guys think? And then obviously I'll have to put some on the back, but I'll put those right here. They'll be on the inside right there. So this protects them. What do you, that'd be so sweet. I burnt my coveralls today. I set them on fire. They're nylon. That kind of stinks. These things don't go in all the way or something. Weird. Anyways, man, this thing is just so sweet. Yep, so that's pretty much the extent of Can you hear the hour meter ticking? I don't even hear it, but if it was ticking, you wouldn't hear it now, because I just shut the battery switch off. Anyhow, dude, this thing is so sweet. So, what's your name, Silicon Heavy Highway? What's your name? Anyways, dude, this thing is so sweet. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I worked so hard, and then finally, it's paying off, you know? Like, if you guys have been around from the very beginning, when I first bought that dump truck, like, I never would have imagined in 6 months I would have a 20-ton tilt deck, you know, and 2 pieces of equipment. That's just insane. It's just insane. I just never imagined it would happen like this, you know? Let's see. Seidel-Con? Is that right? Does that sound right? I butcher names. Anyways, look at those 2 pieces of equipment. Sweet. And then I got one of those old backhoe tires. You guys really want to see the difference? Like, it's not even in a comparison. Like, those are like 4 or 5 inches taller than those. And then I kept the inner tubes too, because you never know if you pop one of those ones are tubeless. You can put the inner tube in there and then pump it back up. Or we can use those for inner tubing in the snow. Scott. Well, thanks for tuning in, Scott. I appreciate everybody tuning in and giving me their opinions and helping me out. I tightened up the track. I don't know if you can tell. It's definitely a lot higher, but it still moves a good, good amount. But it's definitely tighter. Definitely tighter than where it was before. I'm happy with where it's at now. Even though I don't really know. I tightened this one up too. Just a hair. That one looks like it's a little bit lower. Huh. Maybe I pumped that one up a few more times too. Anyhow. That's where we're at, guys. I really like the new hose protector that I put on there. That stuff is gonna be nice for keeping those hoses good. And that little clamp I put right there. You know, I would really love to buy an asphalt paver. But I think I'm leaning more towards the dirt work side of things. Because you can do dirt work year round. Asphalt, yeah, you can, but it just kind of dies off. Man, look at that. All my equipment right there. Pretty soon, I'll have so much equipment I'll have to pan to the side. That would be so cool. Once I get an excavator. Oh man, I can't wait. Anyways, I was talking to this guy on Facebook Messenger. He was telling me how, I guess, I had inspired him. you know, to pretty much get out of debt and stuff. And it's so cool, you know, when people see the light, you know. There's so much more you can do when you're not in debt. You know, like all that equipment right there, I wouldn't have any of it if I was still in debt. You know, I did a video a long time ago, and it was like, I want to say it was like 2 years ago, roughly, and it was basically, I had a pickup truck. It was like a 2008 Ram Cummins, and it was all hyped up, you know, had a turbo Cummins in it, and it was super fast. Anyways, I owed a lot of money on it, 20,000, and instead of paying it off, I decided to sell it. And then I bought, you know, this thing, which was a beater when I bought it, and it was in my name though, in my name. So I paid cash for it, and then I've just slowly fixed it up, you know, with the amount of payments I was making, I could just put that money towards this thing. And nobody has a pickup like this. It's pretty cool. And so, yeah, man, if you're debt free, you have so much more room to grow. Like, the possibilities are endless. Yeah, dude. I mean, I can't tell him how to live his life or run his business, but sooner or later it's gonna hit him like, I wonder if I could pay this stuff off and then have no payments, you know? And people think I'm crazy, you know, because I'm buying this equipment right before winter, but like, I have a nice emergency fund. So, you know, I bought this equipment because what the heck, you know? I could lower my income, my net income of the business, and you know, it's something I've always wanted to have too, you know. And if I was somebody else and I had debt, I couldn't have bought those right before winter. There's no way. There's no way. I would have got halfway through the winter, and then the bank would have come and took them. Yeah. Yeah, I bet it was horrible. But man, look, I still got tools out, and it's starting to sprinkle. I've been fighting this weather the whole day, and my clothes are kind of damp from. Let's pick up the tools. I so badly want to clean this garage. This garage is just, I hate working in this kind of condition, but the problem is I have so much stuff, you can't really organize it because there's just not enough space to organize it. There's just not enough space. I'm so happy with what I got done today. I'm over here working. My kids they're at some sort of trunk or treat or something. Trunk or treat where they go to the church building, and then people have their candy in their trunks, and then they pass it out to the kids. I wanted to go to that, but oh geez, I don't even want to imagine your shop then. If my shop makes yours look spotless, oh man. Well, if you think mine looks spotless, you ought to see my grandpa's, man. His garage, man. I'll tell you. I'm happy with the way mine is compared to the way his is. Oh, nothing's hitting. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to put away these tools, and they just don't all fit in here because I've got so much crap in here that I need to get another big toolbox like this. And then I would truly have enough space to organize all of the stuff I have, Or what I could do is, if I was like, just the one thing that I totally admire about the guy is his toolbox is like spotless, like so organized. Oh man, I wish I could get there, but I'm too lazy. Eh, I'd go grab something, and then next thing you know, I have to run, and I'm just throwing it in there, and you know. There is a method to my madness, but it is kind of messy. You know. Try to put the majority of my tools away. So my 5-year game plan, we're gonna have our own shop in 5 years. VANDUYN Paving and Excavating. That has a nice ring to it. I don't know. I might just stick with dump trucking. VANDUYN dump trucking. Because all my business is gonna revolve around my dump truck. At least I think it is. You know. I may switch it to, I may just change it to VANDUYN, or change it to, I don't know, VANDUYN Excavating, VANDUYN. I mean, there's so many possibilities. I'll probably just leave it VANDUYN Dump Trucking, or change it to just plain VANDUYN, because I don't know who that is. Anyhow. Oh, visiting my neighbor. So much crap to pick up. Oh, let me show you the type of rub hoses I put on the, oh, that would be nice. VANDUYN General Contracting. That'd be cool. I like the ring of that one. These are some of the rub protectors that I put on it. See, like, where do you put these? Oh, thanks, Carson. I worked so hard for that thing. I worked so hard. Like, there's just so many miscellaneous things you can't really organize. All the stuff. Clean up my tools. Yeah. It really is tough. You know what? The thing that irritates me the most is the system the government has designed it really hard for small businesses to succeed. The number one reason why, here's why. I think the system is set up wrong for small businesses. Because you got people like me. I'm a saver, right? I am a saver at heart. I love to save money. And I earn all this money, right? But in order to not have to give it away to the government, I have to buy stuff. Like, what stupid... That is so frustrating to me, because, like, I wanted to buy an excavator, but I couldn't afford one this year because I didn't want to spend too much of my savings, you know. But I had to spend some money in order to get some sort of tax break, or else the government really would have cleaned me out. So I had to spend some money. If they want small businesses to succeed, then they got to take away that system, because they're basically forcing guys like me to buy stuff that we don't really need. Like my dump truck, I didn't need anything. I mean, like, besides my dump truck. But I have to start spending money on stuff. Yeah, granted, I like the stuff that I bought, and I wanted to get it eventually, but the government has basically forced me to grow faster than I wanted to. You know what I mean? That's why I think the system is screwed up. Because oh yeah, no, I'm only gonna pay with cash. I don't I don't do debt. I do not do debt. I'll never do it again. I like paying with cash. And the coolest thing, and here's, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but something that's super cool is like you go to the bank, right? Like I experienced this the other day. I went to the bank and the I went up to the teller lady and I sat in line and waited till they called me up, and then I went up there and I was like, yeah, I want to increase my withdrawal today. I want to withdraw 10,000. And the lady, like she was younger, she was probably in her 20s. She looked at me like, how much money do you have? You know, she gave me that look like, you don't look like you have 10 grand to just pull out, you know? And they have to ask me what I'm using it for because I guess that's part of the law or something. If it's more than 10,000, the government wants to know what it's used for. Basically for tax reasons, you know, so you probably can't launder money or something. I don't know why. They want to know. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to buy a piece of equipment for my business, you know. But she was like, you could tell she was boggled. I didn't buy drugs. That's why I should have told her write down I'm buying drugs. uh, yeah, no. I mean, it was just so cool though because you know, people think that the little man is being held down. The little man is not being held down. You know, the little man is spending all his money so he can never get ahead. That's what the real problem is. Always spending money. I know, because I was that guy. And then another thing, if you've ever noticed, like, depends on what, you know, occupation you have. Like, people, they basically tell you, like, say I'm a lawyer or something, guaranteed people automatically think I'm supposed to have, like, a BMW or something, or a Mercedes, you know. From a doctor, I gotta have a BMW or, you know, Cadillac or something. They basically force you to buy stupid stuff that you don't need or want just because of your job title, you know. So I always tell people I'm a poor truck driver. It's pretty funny because my friends that know me, they're like shaking my head. It's pretty funny. Hey, Peter. Oh, I wish. I wish people would pay in cash, but nobody has cash. That's the problem with the side jobs. Like, I went and bid a job the other day, right? And it was actually for a dozer before I even had a dozer, but I knew I was buying one, right? So I bid a job, and the people had sold their house, right? There was probably 300,000, right? And then they bought a bigger house, obviously. You know, that's what everybody does. They sell their small house and then they get more debt and buy a bigger house. And it was like a $500,000 house. They had the whole back lot cleared, like it had tree, like big cedars. I'm talking about like 5-6 feet around. They chopped them all off. And then the reason they bought this house, check this out. They were almost ready to retire, right? Then their retirement goal is we're gonna run a wedding business, right? They want to run a wedding business. You know, which that's cool. It just didn't seem like it was very planned out very well. Like they were doing they were changing everything about this house into this business, right, that they had never ran, right? So they're spending thousands of dollars on this business that they don't even know if it's going to really work. They're just hoping it's going to work, which, in a way, that's what I did, except for I paid cash for everything. I didn't go into debt to do it. But I bid the job, right? With a dozer, and I said, okay, it's gonna take me 2 days to level this out, and then I'll come in with my dump truck and I'll bring in 10 loads total, right? 6 were gonna be gravel, 4 topsoil, right? And so the way I bid it was, I said, okay, I'll give you the gravel and the dirt at contractor pricing, right? I'll give it to you for the same price I'm paying for it, which is very, very, very low, right? But I wanted to charge them 10 hours worth of truck time, right? So basically for me to get the gravel from the pit to their place, right? But realistically, it's like an hour and a half to 2 hour drive, to do turnarounds. But I'm only charging them 1 hour to do a turnaround, right? So I felt like I was giving them a smoking hot deal. Like, I couldn't really do it for cheaper than that, right? And then 16 hours worth of dozing, right? So total about $4,000, right? And I'm thinking like, I'm gonna give these guys the deal of their life, you know what I mean? And because they're kind of friends of a friend, you know. So I figure, oh, I'll just give them a really good deal. And then they're like, they didn't understand my estimate. I wrote it out so plain, but they didn't really understand it for some reason. I don't know. Maybe she just didn't read it. But because people do that. You give them an estimate, and then they just immediately look at the price. They don't ever look at any of the writing, that explains everything. They just want to know what the price is really. Anyways, I haven't heard back from them since. Been like a week, 2 weeks, or something like that. But they're lost. I mean, they probably didn't have the money to pay for it anyways. They're probably gonna put it on a credit card, which I can take credit card, but I'm gonna charge them 3.5%. Because that's what QuickBooks charges me. I'm not gonna take a credit card for free, because then I get charged 3%, which is flipping ripoff. Anyways, yeah, I know. I was giving them gravel for $7.50 a ton. Nobody gets gravel that cheap. Nobody, right? Except for contractors. But for some reason, they didn't. I don't know who they talked to, but maybe they talked to somebody that was giving it to them for free. I don't know how they got it for free, or for cheaper than what I was going to give it to them. These things right here are amazing, by the way. If you're a pack rat, you gotta have these things. My grandpa has like 20 million of those things, and they're all full of just anything. And every time he comes up with something extra, or he takes something apart and he has something, he just puts it in there, right? Yeah, he just has everything. Pins, keepers, fuses, just anything really. Just anything really. Oh, man. I don't look that dirty after working the whole day. Yeah, no, you're right. What I want to do is I talked to this old timer who does dozing in the area, and he has some signs up, but I don't know. I just feel like signs are so old and like people never look at them. I don't know. What's your experience on that? What's your experience on the signs? That's a good point. I just wanted to explain like where the cost was going. You know what I mean? Okay. Like pick and choose, like, oh, well, he's going to bring in the gravel for this, so we'll have him do the gravel, and then we'll have somebody else do the dozing. Is that what you mean, Carson? You think signs work? Man, I just feel like they're so old-fashioned they wouldn't really work. Like, I'm thinking, like, more like Facebook, like, or I don't know. I just feel like Facebook is like the new marketing technique, or, I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you guys ever looked at an ad on Facebook or something? Because I know my buddy Robert, he ran a carpet cleaning business, and he said like 95% of his business was all because of Facebook. Like, that's how he advertised, that's how he got everything. So, I don't know. I was thinking. But people that are on Facebook probably don't have property because they spend a lot of time. You're funny, Scott. That's funny. Yeah, I don't use Snapchat, so I don't have time for that stuff. I don't even have time for Facebook, really, but, it's kind of convenient, And I bought, I don't think I showed anybody. I bought this thing right here. This thing is about as useless as they come. Yeah, no, word of mouth, you're right, dude. That's the best. Like, if somebody knows somebody and they just, or they see you working on their property and then they come over, hey, man, you're doing that. You want to come over here and do this? Or, hey, I got something I want you to take a look at. Anyways, this meter, like, it's made for, like, maybe sidewalks or roads or something. I want to get one of the tall ones with a big wheel, like, probably like that big or something. I mean, it works, but it's just the wheels are so small. And then another thing I bought recently. I'm still upset about this. Very upset. Okay. This is a spray thing, right? What's up, Ben? This thing is a spray thing, right? Let me just show you real quick. I bought this at Ace. Ace, take note. There's still paint in here. It's dead. You can hear there's a little bit of gas. There's still a ton of paint in here. Like, I can feel it. Like, it feels like it's half full. So it must have leaked out the top. But that's not my major thing. Okay, who designs one of these? This is a normal market, right? It says market, inverted marking paint. This is a can for marking upside down on the ground, right? When you put this in here, that's supposed to be up there, right? When you pull the trigger, watch this. Do you see that? It doesn't push it because you see the space right here? Like, so now I got to stick a stick right here just so I can pull the trigger so I can spray stuff. Who designed this? They need to be shot. Because this is a normal size can. This is like for a can that's an inch taller. Like, what the flip? Anyways, I was pissed about that. Yeah, welded. Well, this is riveted right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill this out. And then move it down. Maybe. Or maybe I could weld it. I guess that's a good point. Could weld it. There's probably a little cable or something in here. So I probably can't drill all the way through. Yeah. Yeah, well, apparently they only take the bigger size cans. But why do they sell small cans like this? This is the only one they sell at Ace. And this is the only one they sell here. Oh, screw you, Scott. Why do they sell this at Ace if this is the biggest can they have at Ace for marking the ground? Like, I'm so ticked. But I'm... Oh, great. I just sprayed. Oh, yes. I do want to buy one of those, Carson. That is one of the next things on my list. I'm probably going to try and find one on Craigslist or something. You know. Who knows? You can see the bubbles. It's just the gas is escaping. It just doesn't stop leaking. Like, who designed this? Craylon, your products suck. Anyways, that's my ranting for today. Yep. Laser level, we are getting one of those. If anybody wants to donate one or chip in some money for one, definitely appreciate that. That would be so cool. Plus, I don't even know what type to get. Yeah, I did. I got a little bit on my, probably on my glasses. Yeah, there's a little bit on there. That's all right. It'll wipe off. Anyways, I'm just disappointed in this. This is just like so sad. Like, it's half full of, and it was like $5. I know I'm complaining about $5, guys, but it was $5. I mean, I worked hard for that money, and this is half used. I don't think I'm going to find any work the rest of the week, so I may take my dozer down to my property down in Shelton. We may go down there the rest of the week and do some dozing. Also, I want to get a root rake for the dozer. Like basic, or a root blade, or I don't know what you want to call it. I've seen it called a root rake, so that's what I'm just going to call it. Anyways, it attaches to the top of the blade, and then it has like little forks or something down at the bottom. So when you push, it just scoops the roots and stuff just go up it. That's what I want to find. I want to find one of those on Craigslist or something. Because, you know, they never wear out. But, you know, so useful. I need one. Yeah, I want to get one of those. $100 for a root rake or for a laser level? I need to start going to auctions. I really do need to start going to auctions. Like, you know, I don't know if Richie Bros has, I don't think they have that kind of stuff. I think they just sell the bigger stuff. They may sell the smaller stuff, though. I would love to just go watch. I don't want to spend any money at auction because a lot of times, you know, people are bidding against each other and it just ups the price ridiculous. So I don't want to do that. But, like, if there's not a whole lot of people, then you can generally get something for a decent price. I want to do that. Anyways, let's go back out here. Now that my neighbors are gone, I can come back out here and pick up the rest of my junk. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, you guys can't even see me now. Now you see me, now you don't. Let me just say, my wife bought this crawler for me at Harbor Freight. This thing is amazing. This thing is amazing. Like, it's a million times better than those wood crawlers that you find. Because it's contoured. Like, it's contoured, and the pad for your head is pretty nice. They probably make nicer ones, but that one's, I'm happy with it. Very happy with it. Oh man, I'm getting too old for this. Oh, there's my light. Could have showed you that weld. Somebody suggested I use I was gonna use 7018 when I welded that crack up, but then somebody suggested that I use a different welding rod, 11018. I think that's what it was. So I bought some of that. I looked it up on the internet first, and then I bought some because people have used it. Holy smacks! $1,500 for a brand new laser level? Screw that. Yeah, I'm not paying $1,500 for a level. That's ridiculous. And then what? To have somebody steal it? Because those things get stolen. You know they do. No thanks. I don't want to spend $1,000 on something that somebody's gonna steal. I could spend $500 on one of those. I'd probably spend $500. That's still a little on the high end, though. $100 is more. Sounds more like it. Yeah, with legs and a grade rod. Yep. Yep. Oh man. Today was a long day. I pretty much spent all day working on the dozer. Like non-stop all day. Basically. There was so much to do. And it's just so time consuming too, you know what I mean? It's just so small, like and confined. There's a lot of confined spaces on there. This welder. Have you ever had one of these Lincoln welders without some sort of way of moving it? These things are so flippin' heavy. Those buzz boxes. Those things are heavy. My grandpa had this pressure washer that we got. He picked it up for free. It was broken. I can't remember what was wrong with it. I think somebody had left it out in the weather and it froze and cracked the motor or something. Anyways, I used the rollers for it. Just pretty much made it on a little stand. Yeah, don't leave those laser levels laying around. Man, people will steal those. I'm sure, especially if they know it's worth $1,500. Brand new one. Well, and plus you don't want to get a brand new one either, because another reason, yeah, it looks nice, but then when you get out to the job, they think you're kind of a rookie because, you know, it's all shiny. So they figure you've never used it. You know what I mean? So, you know, when you're like me faking it until you make it, you want used stuff because it makes you look like you've already been using it. You know what I mean? Adds to the whole deception type thing, you know, of not really having a clue what you're doing, but you're making a good effort at it. Yeah, the hole saw, somebody commented those hole saws work great. They do work great on plastic and wood, but metal, and there's just some things that are so much more efficient, you know, like a torch, you know what I mean? Torch is really efficient, but you know what's even more efficient? This bad boy right here, plasma cutter. We got this plasma cutter at a yard sale. What did we pay for it? I think it was like $200. $200 for this plasma cutter. It's a Hypertherm 380. This machine is probably like $1,000, maybe even more than that, maybe 2,000 or something. When we got it, like 8 years ago, I want to say, or something like that. Anyways, it's paid for itself a million times over. Let's see, what else am I trying to pick up that is necessary to pick up? That's pretty much it. I'm gonna leave all this junk on the ground. Put this jack back in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go down to my property tomorrow. I'll probably just stay down there the rest of the week. What's up, Evan? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, no, that would be the fastest way to clean up all the junk on the driveway. Take the dozer and just push it in. You guys are funny. You guys crack me up. I'm pretty much just picking up right now, Evan. How was your day? This tool set, I've had this Cobalt Tool Set for probably 5 years now, 6 years now. I made my wife buy it for me for my wedding present. And this thing has been a nice tool set. For the most part, I would say it's pretty nice. I don't like how the socket things, most of them stay in their spots, but sometimes they fall out and they kind of get jumbled around in there. Give me 2 more seconds, guys, and then we'll go inside and talk business. Today, what's today? The 30th? 31st. 31st, I think. Basically, last day of the month. Or last day. Today marks 6 months, basically. 6 months in full. We made a total of 102. That's what we made. 102, guys. Never thought it was going to be possible, but we did it. Sorry about that. Oh, it's a lost connection or something. Gotta get these air hoses in. See, this is what really makes my garage a mess. Is at the end of the day, it's so dark. And I'm so tired of working on stuff. I just start throwing stuff in. When you just throwing stuff in there, then it's just goes downhill from there. Just goes downhill from there. Okay, what else we got out here? Oh, my sprayer. Let's put this inside, and then I can go inside. Okay, awesome. Okay. Yep. I didn't even know they made those, Carson. How much do you think one of those costs? Roughly. 99% of the time, what I do is I just call my buddies up that have experience. I say, hey, what would you charge for something like this? or I, you know, just run it out in my head and just make the best guess I can, you know, and then just add a few hours because something's gonna go wrong, guaranteed. When you live in a duplex, that's how you hook your welder up, guys. Just so you know, the stove gets pushed out of the way, and then you get yelled at by your wife if you don't put it back. Alright, that's on a 50 amp circuit breaker right there. 50 amp circuit breaker. There we go. Messy stove. Clean that up. It's got food particles all over it. Anyways. That's how you run a business in a duplex, guys. So many people say, oh, I don't know how you do it, Brian. Well, that's how you do it right there. Lots of extra steps in everything. So, Carson, what do you charge for per hour for a dozer? Somebody on here was saying they charge like $250 an hour. I'm like, I don't know if that's quite accurate. That seems a little steep. I don't remember who that was, but that seemed a little steep to me. Oh. Let me go finish putting this cord back. My wife always complains. You let that door open, cold air comes in there. Which it does. But it's just a pain to drag it through every time. $250 an hour for a dozer? Really? Is that right, Evan? $250 an hour for a dozer? Dude. $250 an hour? Dude, that sounds like super high. Like, I was thinking just $100 an hour, you know? That's what I was gonna charge. That's what I was charging. When I did that, when I bid for that one job, $100 an hour is what I bidded the dozer work at. But I bidded it for 16 hours when it probably only was going to take me 8. But I didn't want to. Yeah, what size dozer? That's a good thing too, because what size dozer? That's a good thing to know, because I got my dozer is a little bit smaller. The TD7 is like a Case 450 or like a John Deere like 500. I think the John Deeres are smaller than the other ones. What, their numbers the same or something? I don't know. Or like a D5 or something, like a Cat D5 or a D6. I don't know. What size is my dozer? I really don't know anything about dozers, so could just be shouting out random numbers. Don't make any sense to anybody. Oh, excuse me. I think my wife left some food for me or something. Damn, $250 for a backhoe? That's That's expensive. That just seems like it's really on the high side. Four hours. They probably charge you $250 an hour because it was only 4 hours worth of work. That's what I'm thinking. I could be way off though. That's kind of tasty. I don't know what this is. My wife got it. This one actually kind of tastes a little bit, not like coffee, but kind of around that flavor. $26 a foot. I was talking to somebody, I can't remember who it was, and they were telling me when you're doing land clearing, they say 5,000 an acre is what they say. But that's probably an experienced crew, you know, they know exactly what they're doing. They go in, boom, 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 you know. What do you guys think about that? 5,000 an acre for land clearing? Have you been a good doggy? Yeah, you've been a good doggy. Dang, $4,000 in one day. What did you put it in with? Did you have an excavator or something? I want to do some pipe work, but I don't know. I really don't know anything about laying pipe. That's the only problem. What do you guys think? There's a lot of money in pipe work. I want to get an excavator. There's so many uses for one. But I can't really justify it right now because my backhoe, you know. Depending on the size of the trees, yeah. Like, what would you say? Like, so I said 5,000 an acre. Like, what size trees would that be? Don't get into pipe work. Is that what you're saying, Steve? Or not Steve, Scott. What do you want, Mason? I'm not giving you any food. You're tripping. You're tripping if you think you're going to have some of my food. Don't bid deep pipe work over 12 feet. Don't bid over 12 feet? Why is that? Because then you need to have the, what's the wall thing that you put in the hole? Is that why? Then you gotta have one of those, or what? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Shoring. Yep. I forgot what it was called. Why do they call it shoring? You'd think they would call it like... I don't know what they would call it, honestly. I guess shoring is good as name as any. Just sounds weird. But I'd like to do like, you know, you can do septic systems and stuff like that, you know, pretty easy with a backhoe or an excavator for the most part. Yeah, OSHA, man, they screw everything up, don't they? Well, guys, it's getting kind of late. Box manpower, etc. Yeah. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna catch you on the flip side. Maybe I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Maybe I won't. Who knows? We'll see how things go. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to pound that like button, pound the subscribe button. Check out the Instagram. You know, we've been growing pretty steadily on that, and also on the Facebook page. I always post pictures on there. Sometimes I post more on there than I do on YouTube, so if you really want to check out some of the cool things I'm doing, definitely check out the Instagram and the Facebook. Alright, guys. I'll catch you later. You guys have a good one. Enjoy the rainy weather.